What's up, everybody? This is a little late night edition from me. Had a very extremely crazy busy day from 8 a.m. to just now. And so I'm just giving you a quick 30-minute video. And I want to show you this giant box that's off to my right. This giant box behind me is a freaking semi truck part. We've had one truck sitting for 3 months that I was going to sell to another investor to get the most back for my other investors. And it's been sitting in Houston. No part for months. Now I call around. We basically get our staff to call everywhere, right? We know there's a national park shortage. We know this. We're like, call everywhere, check everywhere. There's gotta be more parts out there. There's no way. So we find a warehouse who basically went and got their own driver, somehow got them to the port, got all their warehouses parts out of there, and they said, girl, we'll send it to you tonight. If you pay us right now, we'll send it right now. So I can tell you for sure, some people are taking drastic measures to get them parts from the port because those parts in the port are important. So if you haven't noticed, there's several companies just parking their trucks, parking brand new pickup trucks in Detroit, parking minivans because of chip shortages, because we're seeing so many things through the ports. Now, lo and behold, people talk real bad about Florida, but Florida is actually getting more cargo simply ships through their area. People on Instagram have been sharing it every day. TikTokers have been laughing about it because it's almost a little bit dangerous, right? Because you have all these cruise and carnival ships. But guess what? The cruise and carnival ships have died down some. So now you have these big old cargo ships coming through. So yes, this giant part behind me that the company in Houston, the Freightliner, could not get for 3 months. We got our staff to call around every single place that had parts. We even called to Canada. Boy, we almost got one, and they said a customer called 2 minutes before you. So then we called and found a warehouse that got it done. So anyways, long and the story short, I'm just giving you all the highlights because, everybody's out here selling you dreams and telling you everything's great and rainbows and sugar and sunshine, and it just ain't, okay? Just want to go ahead and tell you that took 3 months. Okay. So why is it at my house and not shipped directly to the shop? Why would I want to ship a part when this shop can't even get their S together and get the part themselves? So I am physically going to get me or my staff correct to walk the part in and make sure the part doesn't get lost and missing in service in Houston, where lots of shady business owners and shady things go down. Okay. All right, so look, you ain't here for that. You ain't here, right? Wow, T-boned by the cops. That's crazy. So here's the thing. All right, you see the title about foreign investors. Many people are sitting. Oh yes, Miss Lady L. Oh yes, terribleness. Many people are sitting on the sidelines saying, hey, I'm going to wait to buy a house. Now, I already told you guys there's been a slight softening in Austin. I've been actually in between my really packed schedule, going out looking for homes and looking for land. You guys already know that. You already know that. It's nothing new. It's a part of my daily schedule. So we go and there's a house that has no showings. Nobody's looking at it. Nobody, Dude, Colson, email my staff. Don't interrupt my show or I'm going to time you out. So nobody was scheduled to see this house. Nobody was talking to the guy. House sitting empty. Well, I go see it, and all of a sudden it's got 5 offers. I said, now, did these people come see this property, or is this sight unseen? And of course, sight unseen. Colson, you can go ahead and email there. Send your email request there to be on the channel. So sight unseen, right? Sight unseen. And I said, well, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Okay, well then let's go ahead and block you off. Have a great day. Goodbye. Get off my channel. So let's go. Who are these people that nobody came to see this except for me and you? We're off on a secluded back street. Who came to see this property? Kind of find out, foreign investors. All of a sudden want to have a bidding war. Now, why am I talking to you about this? Foreign investors are the quiet thing that I'm trying to get y'all to understand what's about to happen. Okay. India's been on essential hardcore lockdown, right? Other countries, you're talking about Germany, you're talking about Europe, they've essentially been kind of restricted. Now, you even see, I think, Super Slide did a video where they're showing commercials of kids starving in America, right? Who knows why they're doing that? I don't know the agenda. I'm not going to go there tonight. But what I want you to understand is, yeah, China was the main person spearheading all this buying into our country. And I'll do the best I can right now. When you get to a certain amount of income and a certain amount of level, you buy for two reasons. You buy for freedom, security, preservation of wealth, and you buy for income. So when I showed y'all Martell Turnkey the other day, and I showed you all these websites where people are doing all these turnkeys in the Midwest, you're like, well, who's buying at that price? Not you. Right? Not you. Not you. They're marketing to foreign investors. And the reason I came on the other night, a couple nights ago, talking about the blockchain, that blockchain lets anybody buy those properties. So when I sit here and I try to advocate to y'all, I try to encourage y'all to go purchase property, go purchase land. There's a reason I'm doing it, because I know what's coming. You have India locked down really hard. You had Kamala tell them, hey, man, when y'all get here, man, 500,000 visas. We're gonna unleash these visas left and right so you guys can get here. Okay? Now, you say, Ericka, well, I need to see the numbers because you're just making up stories. No, let's take you to the facts. I always bring you straight to the numbers, the facts, the data, because you're too lazy to look for yourself. I already know. Okay? So look, this is from NAR Realtor. These are infographics. Top countries foreign buyers are buying from. Canada. Why? Mexico. Why? Extreme lockdown in Canada. Extreme lockdown. So much so that they couldn't go out after 8 o'clock at night. So when they can get their money and their shillings right, they leaving. Mexico. Why Mexico? Mexico, if you had cousins or family here working in Texas, working in the United States, sending hundreds of dollars home every week for the past 20 years, you on the upside. You've been winning so long, now you can come over here and invest legally. Okay, China, India, what I keep telling y'all? I keep telling y'all they've had India locked down for a year now. Right? And Kamala came in here talking about they was going to give all these H-1B visas. And I'm telling y'all to get in tech while you can, because when they open up, baby, people that didn't even think about leaving India are going to be like, we got to leave. We've got to leave this place. Where can we go? America? Let's go. United Kingdom. Why? They were also extremely hard locked down. These people are coming. Y'all not ready, but I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, I'm going to these events. I'm learning about building development, and apartments and all that other stuff. And I'm telling you, what we're seeing is these are the top states where foreign buyers purchase residences. And I'm telling you, when I'm going into bidding wars and I'm the only person seeing the house in a whole month, nobody else physically stepped in the house, and the offers aren't from people from other states. They're literally foreign buyers. I am telling you, they are buying up properties as we speak. So again, Texas, Arizona, California, New York, New Jersey, Florida. Something weird about New Jersey. I think New Jersey is it's gross to me. We had a family member that used to live out there. It's gross to me. Okay, I have not seen anything good from New Jersey. I know there's probably something good out there. I don't know. Tony Soprano, somebody, I don't know, whatever, Long Island, New York, whatever. All those areas probably have some kind of unique charm. Everywhere does. But immigrants come to that area to this day, right? New York is this expensive place, but a lot of immigrants concentrate there because there's other immigrants there. Correct? So what you have happening is New Jersey's a cheaper opportunity to invest their money. They can't invest it in New York because New York is too expensive, but they can invest in New Jersey. You dig what I'm saying? Do you follow, or yes or no? Yes or yes, right? So they invest where they can. Okay, so New Jersey is one of those places that they can invest. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. Can y'all see that now? Is that big enough? I want that big enough for everybody to see it. But again, and in the order, the correct order, number 1 is Florida, number 2 is California, number 3 is Texas, number 4 is Arizona, and number 5 is New Jersey, number 6 is New York. So most people are saying, oh yeah, Ericka, it's going to crash. The real estate market going to crash. I can't wait for the crash. And I am telling you, if timed appropriately, by the time springtime next year opens up and everybody's waiting for this foreclosure crisis to happen, and I'm kind of giggling because I know what I know, yeah, that people are going to be selling. Okay. Now, look, these are the research reports. Don't take my word on it. Don't take my word. I'm not like some of these other YouTubers. Just take my word. No, you don't need to take my word, baby. Come on over here, hit these research reports. Let me show you what you can get. You can get the commercial information, commercial lending. Listen, trust me, these people are studying these numbers. They know stuff is off. Case studies in repurposing vacant homes and motels into multifamily housing. I was just at that event a couple days ago in Las Vegas, and there were several people in there. You know what they turned their office into? Multifamily. They converted the offices into multifamily. Why? Money, money, baby. Right? So people say, oh, what's it going to do with all these offices? Convert some of them into multifamily. Right? Into a loft combination aspect. There you go. In many other countries, you have to live there for 2+ years. In Thailand, you go there, you can never own a house. You have to marry a woman and give her the title of the house. But see, the passport bros don't talk to you about that. There you go. Yep, Yazarose, getting citizenship through purchasing property. And the way they were treated during the lockdown, honey, they're ready to go. What's up, Miss Regina Hutchison? Hello, San Antonio, Texas. Portugal. Oh, Portugal has been tripping. So many people flooded Portugal. They sick of them people. That's what I'm telling y'all. Beautifully textured people. You know, people sitting here. Oh, Ericka, I'm telling you, Kamala and them, 500,000 visas. I'm telling you. She said that publicly. You can go look this up. I'm not making this up. That 500,000 gonna turn to 3 million. Oh, it's gonna be closer to 6 million. I see those states, New Jersey, due to proximity. This is facts. There you go. Broker 205. Thank you for $19, $20 super chat. I try to tell people for years that foreign buyers represent a clear threat to national security. Ownership buys you a seat at the table. We have enemies at our table with us now. Now, broker, this is what I would tell people. Oh, Ericka, housing, and you never own the house because of property taxes. They'll give you every story in the book. Oh, there's redlining and they're blocking me. But these are the same people somehow magically get cars and shoes and crap every 2 minutes. I went on realtor.com and there was a piece of land for $3,000. And I was sitting there like, what? I said, I just got to get an architect. Oh, that's right. I just met an architect on my way going to the airport. Right? Case studies for repurposing vacant retail malls, commercial market insights, commercial member profile. Go read these reports, y'all. Go read them. Expectation and market realities and research. Leasing conditions in pandemic environment. Okay. Marijuana and real estate, a budding issue. Okay. Go look at consumer opinion. Go look at all this stuff. Go look at financing. Honey, trust me, listen, there is lots of research on the student loans, mortgage. Listen, if you're in the right 20%, you saw where we bought on Kareem, and they doing no doc loans. They doing refinance. They doing everything right now. Please don't get it twisted. There's plenty of research showing you what is going to happen. So while everybody's trying to focus on how can I get a feel-good Friday, a feel-good weekend, and goof off and party for the weekend, and I'm going to live with my parents, or I'm going to live with 27 people up in a house, okay. I'm not even hating on the YouTubers that go in the middle of the woods and buy something. At least they buy something, right? I'm not even hating on the sharecropper farmers. At least they know how to farm. I want them to buy their own land, but at least they know how to farm. Every day people talk about that. Yeah, Grant Cardone told me not to buy a house. Grant Cardone Ventures just got into a second office in Scottsdale, Arizona. Why? Because they need to have their foot on that section of the economy where Californians are fleeing to. They need to be able to buy real estate in that market. They need to be able to have boots on the ground. Scottsdale is where you're going to see a lot of CEOs just relocate themselves to. I told y'all while I was at the SEMA, majority of the people I ran into were business owners. They lived in Arizona and Colorado. They split time between those states. A lot of Texans were at the SEMA, right? And when I told people, hey, I'm from Austin, Texas, they're like, did you drive? I said, oh, no, I don't have a vehicle here. Oh, you don't have a vehicle here? No, I don't. I'm here for a conference. Trust me. Business owners were talking to each other at that event. Okay. America is definitely for sale, and only in certain communities do we think it's a pride factor that we're going to get the discount, the hookup, the Section 8, the low. It's a joke. It's a joke if you actually go into some of these rooms and see people who own properties for 40 years and see whole families been paying them rent for 40 plus years. Now, am I saying everybody needs to own something? No, I'm not saying that. Because I know people will come after this video renders, well, Ericka, everybody can't own a home. I know it's coming. If America wasn't for sale, then yeah, it would be a crash. That's my whole point. There and now listen, are there some rural areas like, you talking about Midland, Odessa, middle of nowhere, Texas, when the oil started crashing? Oh, them mugs got out of there. They've been losing people, right? So if you want to go in those nowhere parts and get some land in Texas for $2, sure, go ahead. Go right ahead. Foreign buyers in NY, California, Texas heavy. Oh yeah, ultra rich. Listen, on the list, they're expecting a lot from Germany and Europe. For Miami, Florida, they're expecting a lot of Brazilians, and for parts of Texas, they're expecting a lot of Middle Easterns. You already see, and I'm not trying to start none, no be none, but if you go look up what's going on in Arlington, you got a lot of issues and beef with the Asian community and a lot of beef with the Middle Eastern community because they're kind of they're patrolling their own streets. They've got security cars. They've got their men walking the streets of their neighborhoods. And the Arlington school system is like, hey, we having some problems with these people. They coming to the school and acting up. And so the Arlington mayor spoke out against it. And people are like, oh, you're being insensitive. You're being racist. No, you can't have people come inside your country and have their own militia inside your country. That's not how that works. So, but listen, CEO Boss Lady, everybody always asks us something a bad time. Y'all cannot time the market. And I'm not going hard on you, CEO Boss Lady. I'm just wanting y'all to be understanding. You can't time the market. Let's say you buy a house when it's $40,000 and now it's $400,000. Okay, you sell that house, but guess what? All the houses around you are $400,000. You got to buy another house. So this ideal that you're going to be able to just buy low, sell high, you can't time the market, whether it's the stock market or not. You need to know how to buy whether money's going up or going down. Remember when 2008 happened? A lot of people who were claiming to be the best real estate agents, they left. People that claimed to be the best wholesalers and flippers, they left. The people that stayed consistent, kept a consistent cash flow, had some rentals, right? Because this is the problem I run into. I'm talking to people and all they want to do is flip, wholesale. And I say, well, you don't even have none of your own properties. So what if this thing flips upside down tomorrow? What do you have to lean on? Tenants always going to need somewhere to stay. Section 8 always going to need somewhere to stay. But the mindset that you're going to catch or time the market is just not possible. And again, all real estate is local. So I can't sit here and tell you, oh, this is a great time to buy in Florida. Well, at the event I was just at, 4 or 5 guys were excited to buy vacant lots in Florida and build houses. So again, it just depends on your mental perspective on it. Yep. There you go. This is the same issue that England has. Foreign buyers buying up whole streets and nobody lives there. Billionaire Row has been empty for years. But this is the thing. They now have a footprint in England, right? Now they still paying taxes, right? They can't really complain. They still paying taxes, right? But this is what you have going on in California parts of, when I tell y'all the number is 17 million vacant homes in America, that's why I don't understand where they're talking about wholesaling and stuff like that being a problem, or wholesaling's too saturated, Ericka. There's 17 million vacant homes in America. Now, the guy said, well, it doesn't mean they're not owned. That's not what I'm saying. If there's 17 million vacant homes, somebody may at any given point be ready to sell. I'm telling people, they don't want to hear it. People fight harder for a coalition that undermines children's future. This is facts. If you don't buy it, someone else will see the value. This is true. The other thing is cultures tend to be raised with delayed gratification. So they have funds, and there's mortgage companies that specialize in working with those outside the U.S. This is facts. In China, it's very popular for a man to have 30% of his income reserved. Why? Because he wants to marry. And for the few, China's missing 30 million women. So if he can't get one of the Chinese women there, he needs to have that money saved for what? To go get another woman in Vietnam, Philippines, other countries. And right now, everybody's giving Philippines the stink eye because they killed some Korean business owners and they killed some Chinese business owners down there. And they had to be like, hey, Philippines, tighten up before we come down there and beat y'all. Hey, Miss Lady A, we're learning and documenting that urban farming lifestyle can be happening. It surely can. Kanye said, America's for sale. Listen, honey, every day I get up for about an hour and we look, me and a group of people look for land in Texas. Like, people are like, oh, why would you buy that little half an acre in Houston in the middle of the nowhere? Because once you own it, you own it. And somebody got to come talk to you about it if they want it. Would love to buy, but trying to save for a down payment and not get outbid on my first time home. Again, we always have to be sure. Right now, there's conventional loans that you only put 1% down. There's conventional loans you only put 3.5%. There's FHA you put 3.5%. You have to really learn about the programs. If you're in the rise of 20%, we brought on Kareem. I'll see if I can bring him on again. There's there's over 5,000 plus programs out there to buy, and sometimes buy with no money down. USDA loan, no money down. So I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying, there's a lot out there. There you go. It's true. I'm bidding in a lot of tax lien auctions. Congratulations. Every chance I get, I actually start flipping land, and we got 11 deals under contract. Congratulations. What area are you picking up land in? Please let me know. What I tell people, you gotta pay attention. You can become a citizen if you invest $500,000 or more. Yeah, that's very true. That's true. Depending on the country, the price changes. Belize, Panama, all those places. It really do. Like, listen, this is why when people sit here and argue with me about cars and riding around in Porsches and stuff, and I'm like, I go to apartments and everybody out there with a brand new bling bling car, but they all rent, right? Oh, yes. Yes. They in Indiana, Texas, Oklahoma. Listen, the whole other side of Detroit is y'all know what city I'm talking about outside of Detroit. That's all Muslim country. Like, they've taken that place over. That's where they convicted the doctor of doing female genitalia mutilation on like 300 girls. But it's just got swept in the news because it's Michigan. And I'm like, y'all, they doing that in y'all own backyard. I took my Airbnb proceeds and started buying my own properties. I'm telling you. Listen, nothing wrong with having Airbnbs, but you also need to have some stuff you own. To me, the best homes are fixers. You can take your time to fix up and get a nice free shit when done. That's possible. The city don't find you to death. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no CEO boss lady. I know everybody's hoping for a crash, and I get it. That's nice and wishful thinking, but you also have to think America is open up to the world to buy. So if in Austin, I think 60 to 75% of the buyers were foreign buyers. In Vancouver, Canada, 85% of the buyers were foreign buyers. And so people are like, these prices are insane. They are. They are. Yes. Mr. Andrews is correct. I live in Austin, work in tech. The bidding wars were crazy. Even Maynard had highs. So I remember when you would move out to Maynard for $100,000 house, $105,000 house. So when I see this price, I'm like, y'all smoking crack. Elgin has some. I know a family out in Elgin with some chickens. They live in a dream. Good luck to you on that. That's right. Those mineral rights. That's what I'm telling you. People be doing all the extra. Listen, I bought my property at foreclosure at 26 years old with no money down and used a rehab loan. It's now a rental that pays for itself. Listen, we had Renaissance 125. You look on Instagram. He talks about the NACA program, right? I think it draws it out too long, but yeah. I live in California in a very Chinese borough. We have at least six multi-million-dollar houses on my block, mostly empty. The house next to me, the guy has his people coming monthly for upkeep. Oh, yeah. He has not been there for 2 years. China ain't letting them roll out like that. They are not. Dearborn, you are in fact correct, Nick Taylor. They found that woman doctor. That's why I said it matters who we put through medical school. It matters who we put through law school. It matters who we push through. This woman is a medical United States trained doctor. But because she's Muslim, she mutilated, and that's the word I'm going to use because it's the word, 300 American girls. And that's just the ones who told it. So that's why when I tell people, when they talk about Black women marriage rates and white women marriage rates, I kind of laugh because I'm like, you're up against a community who they gonna marry their daughters off one way or another. So of course their marriage rate is gonna look great. Right? Of course their numbers are gonna be good. They have enforcement. We can't even enforce some of these knuckleheads to marry these baby mamas they keep knocking up. So I mean, we are like failing on 10x, right? It'd be one thing. I mean, I remember they were making fun of Shardy Lowe because he had 18 or something baby mamas. Y'all remember that? And he was gonna do a show on TV, and they were like, "Please no." And the black people got together and got that thing canceled. But he had properties all in Atlanta. Shorty Lowe died. He had insurance. I'm just gonna say that. So, but yeah, Dearborn has the highest percent of Muslims. A lot of house modifications. Think about it. Where would be the best place to infiltrate a city, right? When I was in Burlington, Vermont, I saw all the Somalian children. In parts of Minnesota, all those Somalians. The United States placed them there, right? Listen, if you go to some of these Rust Belt towns and just start buying up everything, they own that town. They own that town. I remember when Dearborn was white, Czechoslovakia and Poles. Well, here's the thing. If you haven't watched my videos on Zillow, I'm gonna just say this again. Zillow did a play on everybody. They're gonna package this stuff up and sell it to a pension fund. The pension fund only needs 4%. Now, the company managing the package of the fund, they only need 2-3%, right? They manage the whole thing, make sure the pension. So really, if Zillow sells this package to whatever pension fund and say, hey man, this is gonna get 10% on your returns on your money for the next 30 years because all these houses could be rentals. They're gonna take that deal, and the management's gonna get 2%, the pension fund's gonna get 5%, and there's gonna be some 1% in between that they can, negotiate off for losses. It's bigger than y'all know. It's bigger than y'all know, and I'm just gonna say that. There you go. There you go. My uncle and I attended a tax lien auction in Worthing County about 2 months ago. He knew things had changed because they had about 20 people in 4 years. They would have had about 5 people bidding. Yeah. Yep. These people, listen, y'all making fun of this internet and learning, but they are on this YouTube for real learning. And then they go send their cousin down there to go buy some stuff. They're not playing. Y'all out here playing. They're not playing. Every day they out here looking on these websites buying stuff. Yep. Hey, here's the thing about it, Hinton. If you ever look at some families, and I'm gonna be careful here, but I'm gonna say this: you will have 1 or 2 family members that are really doing well. And if you ask the person that's really doing well in that family, well, they go, I'm doing real well compared to my sister, compared to my family. I'm doing great. But if you put them in a different room with a group of people, they're not doing great. And so what happens is when you have people who are low income issues or areas or come from low income parents, well, I'm doing better than this person. And their comparison is so low, it don't even make no sense why they even comparing themselves to that. Makes no sense. It makes no sense why they would compare themselves to that, right? So my biggest thing is, if you're in a group of 10 people, right, y'all all friends and you all own property, right? Here in Austin, everybody I know is trying to buy multiple houses in Austin, right? Because they know they're in a gold mine, right? And I've already had some friends sell their house for $300,000 in appreciation, right? So if it depends on who you surround yourself with. And unfortunately, sometimes in our community, you'll have the one family member that's a truck driver. If you hear them talk about it, you can hear them say it. And everybody looks to them like, oh man, they're doing it big. Let me go ask cousin Robbie for some money. And so this truck driver may make $100,000 a year, but by the end of the year, he done gave about $13,000 out to family and friends to help them. Right? So, it's one of those things where you try to say, I want you to understand 1 equals 10. If you look at these families where one guy's a truck driver, then a bunch of families want to be truck drivers. You look at a family where one person's a nurse, then there's several girls in the family who want to be a nurse. You go look at a family, somebody's a realtor, several people in the family want to be a realtor. So what I would strongly suggest is if you start buying properties, don't let your family live in them. That's for one. Let them be bad boys run out. But 2, let them see that at some point when it's safe for you. Because some people got some crazy family members. But that's the thing. If you're not married, and let's just go there, right? Majority of men are going to live as cheaply as possible in a cheap small apartment. They're not going to buy a house. There's no incentive to. If they don't have a family, they don't have any incentive, then they're just going to stay in a small apartment and buy nice cars. That's just kind of you can study these things. Women, that's why you had for about the past 7 years, women buying all these houses. There's people who was buying the houses. Men are going to live on a much reduced basis. Go watch Aaron Cleary. They'll live a bachelor lifestyle. They'll live in an apartment. They'll have a Dodge Charger, and they won't spend a lot in our economy. There's no incentive to. They don't have a family, right? So when we talk about working as an individual, it keeps circling back to marriage rates and family, right? It just does. And so you can't get ahead. Not saying you can't get ahead if you're not married, but I'm saying you can't get ahead if you don't have any investments in this country. We're in a country of buying and purchasing, period, right? Everywhere around us is buying and purchasing. That's it. Buying and purchasing. Everywhere around us, people are either owning the land, renting the land out, whatever. When I talk to people about USDA loans, ain't no money down USDA loans, you just got to move further out. I was talking to somebody about the other day, and they seemed so offended because they were like, well, why do I want to live way out there? Because one, you're broke, and so you can own a home. And then if you save, let's say your rent's $2,000 right now and your home mortgage is $1,500, $1,800, you're gonna eventually save some money there. But people don't want to hear that. So again, thank you, True. I don't know what part it was, but again, what I'll do is I'll show y'all if I find some land lots that are really cheap, even if they're not right in my backyard. I have ideals for building like Airbnb situations or getaway cabins, and pretty much you go to any major city and you go an hour and 30 minutes out or an hour out, you can find cheap land and you can find secluded land. So small studio in Mexico. There you go. Yep, they eating chili on the couch, beans and beef. Keep it simple. My first visit to Atlanta 30 years ago, Ethiopian staffed a hotel, came back 3 decades later. They own the property, gas stations, J&J chicken franchises. They learned the game and play it. I'm telling you, it is the game. That's it. They are playing Monopoly. Everybody in this country, other than certain groups, are playing Monopoly. Hispanic people playing Monopoly. Who are the number one home buyer owners in Jacksonville, Florida? Not Black people, Hispanics. The number one place in America for Hispanic home ownership is Jacksonville, Florida. What does that tell you? Not even parts of Texas. Number one is Jacksonville, Florida. They're like, we better get up in here. At this point, I'm considering a manufactured home in Pflugerville. At least I'll own it as opposed to store away money rent. Mr. Andrews, there is some good deals, some $350,000 to $475,000 deals in Pflugerville and Hutto. I mean, it just depends on how far you want to be out. But I understand. There you go. Listen, I'm telling you, Nick Taylor, I literally look around for Texas land all the time. And people are like, why are you out there in Salado? Why are you out there to I said, listen to me, honey. This is where there's only so much room to go this way in Austin and Killeen. They got to go further out. They got to be out here. So again, yeah, buy that land. Depends on what part of Atlanta. It really does. Like there's an hour. Oh, Nick, there's an hour out to the left of us. I have looked and I am like, give me some. That depends on what part of Atlanta is true. I'm not buying nothing that don't make me money no more. We live and we learn, right? Because I was like, man, I want a Porsche and I want this big old, this other ridiculous vehicle. And I was like, you don't need that shit. A lot of the Indians in Baltimore own Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, gas stations, 7-Elevens, and motels. Yeah. So here's the thing I told you with motels and hotels. Motels and hotels, they know there's kind of racial bias in the system. Everybody knows it. And so they offer these minority incentive programs. Well, who took advantage of the minority incentive programs? Not Black people, Indians. So it allows the company to say, hey, we put the program out there. We ain't seen no Black people. I don't know what's going on. Like that's the thing, right? They put the program out there. Who took advantage of the program? Realtor told me Jacksonville, they are turning it into Orlando with beaches. It's possible. Tam, I kind of do want to get it. It'll be a birthday thing. It'll be March next year. It won't be like right now. It depends on a special thing happening. So Al Jazeera has a video about large Pakistani communities in Sugar Land, Texas, titled "Why Are There So Many Pakistanis in Texas?" Grocery Mart. Okay, so this is the thing about Texas. The Indian community put that cricket out there. It's the largest cricket play area, finals tournament area in the whole United States. So what's going to happen? Cricket players are eventually going to come to Houston, and an Indian owned, because they put all their money together. Now, here's the problem with Pakistani community. Unfortunately, in London, and in the UK system, they marry their first cousin. They have the highest numbers of disabled and mentally retarded children in UK. Like I'm saying it wrong, but go look this up. They did a whole video on it. I shared it on YouTube and Facebook. Like they literally marry within. So here's my little rant, not a big one. Nick Taylor can get on me. Let's say you open up the floodgates to a bunch of Haitian men, a bunch of Africans, and you go, yeah, man, no problem. They'll absorb inside the African American community. They'll marry up a lot of these single Black women, and you know, the numbers will sort itself out. Let's let a lot of Asians in. They'll marry some of these single white women, and it'll all sort the numbers out. It'll be fine. But that's not what happens. They get here and they just recruit back home. Easy, right? Because now you're in America. You're the big dude in America, and you can go pull somebody back from your home country. Unfortunately for the Pakistani community, they all marry their first cousin. It's rare, but they're trying to like American Pakistani community is a little bit better as far as diverse marriages. But in London and UK, it's bad. It's so bad. Their healthcare system is almost crippled. I think out of the budget they have for children, it's like, I think like 2/3 of the budget or 2/3 of the people receiving assistance in UK for children with disabilities are Pakistani. It's like a huge ridiculous. It's so bad. They've been doing documentaries on it. It's bad. And like the family, you'll watch them. Like this one family had 5 kids. The son had the rare disease. The next daughter was blind. The next person was. I mean, it's crazy. It's like they only had one daughter that was normal, if that's what you want to call it. And they were like, well, how do you feel living with your brothers and sisters when they look like this? She's like, sad because I know they will die. This little girl was 7. And she knew that the type of rare genetic disorder they had, they were going to die. I'm telling you, unfortunately, they're going to marry that daughter off to another person in their family. And I'm like, don't you see? They've explained to you how genetics works. They've explained to you that if you marry your daughter to another cousin, this is going to be detrimental to your bloodline. They don't care. They don't care. I don't think people realize what they can do with land. I went to drive-in the other weekend, and they probably made $500 in one night just from a big screen of movie rights. Facts, Mojo. When I was in New York, I drove past a drive-in theater, and they had food trucks at the front, and people were driving in. Trust me, those drive-in things made a comeback. Yes, Other Z marrying their first cousin. This is custom and standard conditions. Trust me. Go look it up. We had friends from Egypt in North Carolina, and we were talking to them, and we're like, oh my God, how did y'all meet? And he kept trying to explain it, but essentially they were saying, my father is her father's brother. Like they tried to keep explaining it to us, and we were sitting there with our mouths wide open. They're like, do you understand what we're saying? We're like, yeah, y'all are cousins. Well, no, not first cousins, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but no, the way you just explained this, y'all are first cousins. And eventually they explained it a little bit better. I think they were second cousins, but at the end of the day, it was still like, y'all are cousins. And they live in a fable. They love it. So anyway, they ain't never going to see this. I ain't worried about it. Thank you, Calvin Jones, for the $20 cash app. You guys are supporting the channel tonight. Just showing support. Don't sit on digital real estate course. I'm halfway done with my product. Yeah, you guys. So the staff raised the price this morning to $350. I lowered it to $297. But let me just say it like this. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm sorry. It ain't going to be $100 again. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with the staff and changing stuff behind them. What's the point of hiring them if they're doing their job? And if I keep going back and correcting their work? Let them do their work. At the end of the day, if you want to be in the class, you're in the class. I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all think I'm joking. After Black Friday, you're going to wish you got into some of these classes because we're going to put these things in 2 giant bundles and call it a day. And a lot of stuff is changing with the channel. The people we're bringing on, The event I'm going to next weekend, I'm telling you now, good luck. You didn't get in, good luck. Thank you for supporting the channel, though. It's true. My BFF just got a proposal from her cousin, and she's Pakistani. There you go. There you go. Yep, here in Chicago County, hospitals stay filled with them, where regular Chicago population cannot get seen, and it has sometimes free dental benefit. Listen, y'all, it's crazy. Our churches they do. King Taste, majority, go look this up. The reason people hate they hate Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey's financial piece is in thousands of churches all over the United States. Oh, yeah. Yemen. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they started in Robinson County years ago, buying up all the gas stations, and now they're going through Fayetteville. I was there. I've seen it. I sit there and tell my family, hey, let's go buy this piece of land. Oh, ain't nobody want to be way out there. And then the Yemens buy it up, and I'm like, okay. And if you haven't noticed, we have some Afghanis in Fayetteville. If you're near Fayetteville, there's a bunch of Afghanis right now that got relocated with that whole exit. You're never supposed to do nothing on the father's side. I can't remember what it was, how they explained it, but basically it was like my brother something. It was weird. It was weird how they explained it, but it sounded like they were second cousins. Stop it. No. Good functional churches. Nick Taylor and me are always going to disagree on this. You know, if your mom has you in a ghetto pimp church, that's because that's where she felt comfortable. But there are plenty of quality, great churches that service communities out here. So we'll leave that at that. But that's what I had for y'all. I just wanted to make sure y'all aware, and I want y'all to be paying attention to what's going on out here. You know, will there be some nowhere places that crash? For sure. Not hard though. And honestly, what's going to happen is when they open them floodgates, when they open them floodgates, okay, for next year, April, May, June, man, them Indian folk gonna be up out of there. Them Brazilian folk up out of there. They gonna be gone. You know, you can come to America and beat people up, but like it's just a different game. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I've heard that. I know, right? That's the sad part. Again, people's parents aren't doing their job. And we'll just go there. You know, your child is 9 years old. They don't need to be at a Travis Scott commercial with a 16-year-old brother. This ain't a country music concert. This ain't no... We got a lack of accountability in our community and our society. So, but that doesn't surprise me. But this is what I want to I just want to get y'all prepared. I want you to get your mind wrapped around it, because I've heard a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I'm going to wait to 2023 and I'm gonna do this. Why are they leaving? You must have just called the show. You must have just came into the show. They're leaving because they were under the heaviest restrictions. They were under the heaviest lockdowns. Australians can't leave. That's the sad part. Australians cannot leave their country. But all these other folks, they're leaving. This is the people that are leaving right here. China, India, United Kingdom, Mexico, Canada. They rolling. They coming. They were under terrible lockdowns. Mexico just literally made a lot of money. And a lot of these people are going to come over here to America and buy a property. So Rex, best thing for you to do is rewind the channel back so I don't have to repeat myself and bore everybody. Yeah, you late. You just late because we're done. Anyway, so this is what I had for y'all today. I just want y'all to understand, like, to brace yourself. A lot of people think they're going to wait out a housing crash. And I'm like, God bless you if you really believe that, because they are already studying and predicting. These people in other countries have already been telling their accountants and people, hey, I'm getting ready to go buy something somewhere else. And the number one place is America. So again, America's for sale. Pay attention. All right, you guys, this is your girl, Ericka Classy Clown Blog, just coming to y'all late at night with some little conversational talk. Again, it took me 3 months to get a part for a truck that I had to go call around the country and find a part and get it sent directly to my house, because I didn't want the part stolen once it got into the place, the dealership, to fix it. So I'm just letting you know right there. The floodgates, I'm going to be rich. Oh, for sure. For sure. I don't necessarily believe there's a car sales bubble. I think car sales have died down a ton. And thank you, Big Money McCloud, for the super chat. Car sales, your problem with car sales is they don't have enough parts. Okay. You're depending on another country to give you parts. They literally called me the other day, hey, can we buy your old Ford Fiesta? I'm like, no. Like, okay, well, we'll call back in 6 months, see if you want to sell it. And I'm like, I would just sell it online myself. Why would I sell it back to the dealership? But that's how short they are on parts. They use car parts. You go drive around town. You see how some of these dealerships look. And everybody's like, well, that's because people doing Torino and rental car apps and all this other stuff. Nah, Rex, nah. Let me tell you, they'll always build multifamily. You know what they'll do? They'll start letting low income housing into it. Section 8, income modified. Trust me. Look at my community wall. Educate yourself. Look at my community wall. Foreign companies like buying new construction, period. They like buying it. So don't worry. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys for supporting the channel tonight. This is your girl Erica from the Classic Home Blog. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Definitely look forward to Black Friday. Is coming up in less than 20 some days, if that. And you might want to get in now while you can, because we don't have a sale this year. We actually have bundle packages that are quite expensive. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. This is your girl Erica, Classic Home Blog. Later.